What is up guys, I'm back again with another video, like always, every week. And today's video we'll be discussing about various assistance tools provided by Krita for creating digital artwork, especially perspective related artwork in today's video coming up. So here we are in Krita 4.5, the most stable and the latest version of Krita out there. If you want to download it, the link will be in the description, you can go check it out over there. So to work with the assistance tool, we'll need to get our hands over it on the left side of the screen over here, and as soon as you click on it you will get some options on the tool option panel over here. So the first option which you have is for adding the type of perspective grid or assistance tool you will need. You have circles, you have rulers, you have grids and all the kind of stuff. We will be discussing that in a minute. Beneath it we have some options in order to change the assistance grid opacity, color and all that kind of cool stuff. Now in order to better understand what these assistant tools are, which Krita provides us by the way, the first one is a concentric ellipse. To add it, just simply click your mouse and drag it like this. It creates a circular like structure, and when you press this dot over here, it will change the scale as well as the transformation of your assistant tool. This button over here changes your position of your grid or your guideline. This one turns on and off your opacity of the grid, and the last one actually deletes it. So similarly, I have quickly made some guidelines for the ellipse as well as the fish eye perspective, so that it is much more easier for me to explain what they actually do. So for testing them one by one, each one of them, we will be using a freehand brush tool and start drawing on top of your assistant grid or tool, whatever you call it. However, it won't work yet, especially if the snap to assistant option is turned off. So go over there and just turn on so that your freehand brush tool will basically work with your assistance grid. So as you can see over here, the concentric circle, this grid, allows you to draw circles according to this guideline, and the circles you can make are of various diameters, and basically there is no restriction of how you're going to create those circles. So the second one is an ellipse tool, a simple ellipse tool, not a concentric ellipse tool. It only allows you to draw on top of your guideline. It's more like a circular ruler, as you cannot change the diameter of your circle, you're just basically drawing on top of it. So even if you try to draw outside the circle, it will just simply drag your brush back to its actual place or the guideline basically. And this last one is the fish eye perspective tool, which basically allows you to create guidelines for producing ultra wide angled or panoramic sort of shots or artworks. Well, I won't lie to you people, but I have little to no idea what this actually is. It's some hardcore stuff. But I'm pretty sure I've seen people creating some amazing artwork using this tool, especially manga or comic artists. So yeah, you can use it as well. You can watch some online videos on this. But if you want to use it, it is right there and you can use it. So the next trio on our list is the infinity ruler, parallel ruler. It's more like a tongue twister, isn't it? And the last one is the perspective tool, or basically perspective cage tool. I don't know. So being as simple as with my explanation, the only thing I can say about the infinity ruler is that you can draw on a predefined path, which is a straight line, but you can actually extend the length of your actual line, which you can't actually do with a ruler in general. The ruler I will be explaining later on. So what you can do is you can just make a line and you can just draw on top of it. It's kind of difficult for me to actually explain it in words, but when you'll use it, you'll understand what I'm trying to say. The next one is the parallel ruler tool, which allows you to draw parallel lines which never intersect obviously. And unlike the infinity ruler tool, you don't have a confined path that you have to actually just draw a line on a specific point. You can draw wherever you want. And the next one on our list is the perspective tool or perspective cage tool, which is really helpful if you want to draw on a specific confined perspective. Just form whatever sort of cage like structure you want to. Just simply draw a shape, drag its dot in order to form a shape or a perspective, and just draw inside it. And whatever you draw inside it, it will automatically adjust it according to that perspective, as you can see over here. However, if you notice, if I try to draw outside, they're completely unaffected. So when you're drawing, keep that in mind. If you draw outside the cage, nothing will get affected by the predefined perspective. And the final trio which we are going to mention are pretty simple but very effective. The first one is a ruler. then a spline, and the last one is a vanishing point. Well, vanishing point is the most important one, especially if you are a manga artist or a comic artist, because this is the one which you will be using the most. So starting with the ruler, remember the infinity ruler I just talked about a few minutes ago? This ruler is just a more confined version of infinity ruler, where you can only draw on top of the guideline you have made. You cannot actually extend its length, nothing. You can just simply draw on top of your straight line. Similarly, we have a spline tool using which you can draw more complex or curved paths. So for example, you wanted to draw a much more complex shape, but you cannot draw with your hand because the lines are pretty wobbly. You can just simply draw it using the spline guide or spline assistance tool, and then just draw on top of it using your pressure sensitive brush. So it kind of gives you that smooth, pressure sensitive sort of a vibe, which is very necessary for clean artwork. So yeah, you can use that as well. So finally, coming to the most useful as well as loved tool by comic artists, level designers, animators, and those fucking architectures. So I'm talking about the vanishing point, or many people call it the star-like thing, which is very useful if you want to draw some perspective artwork. Really important. I don't know whether you will be using other assistant tools or not, but this one is something which every artist uses. At least that's what I've been told. So the point you see in the middle, this one, is the vanishing point itself, from where the name is actually derived. The line parallel to your canvas on which your vanishing point lies is the horizon. Basically, in real life, if you're talking about horizon or horizon, I don't know what you pronounce it, but basically in real life, the horizon is the point where sun rises and sets. Another thing you can observe over here is that all of these lines, vanishing lines, they all are coming from the vanishing point. Or in other words, what you can say is that these lines are moving from you towards this vanishing point. Have you ever seen that railway scene which every beginner artist creates? Yeah, basically I'm talking about that. That scene is basically created with a vanishing point guideline and some parallel lines on top of it. When there is one of these vanishing points in your scene, the perspective which is formed is a 1-point perspective. However, if you add one more of these in your scene, the scene becomes a 2-point perspective scene. One important difference you have to remember between the 1-point perspective and the 2-point perspective is that in 1-point perspective, there is only one face which is facing the viewer. Whereas in 2-point perspective, there are two faces. And also the number of vanishing points increases. There are even 3-point perspective, 4-point perspective, and 5-point perspective. But we are not going to discuss that. I'm done. This is it for me. I'm not getting into that shit. By the way, you can also watch this video in the background. I'm using a 2-point perspective with some parallel lines so that you have a better idea how you can actually use all of these tools when you're actually working on some project. So yeah, if you like the content, you can subscribe, you can turn on the notification for more content like this. You can comment down if you have any video ideas, comments or suggestions. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.